everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another beautiful, soft, glam client tutorial. Yes, today is my client's birthday. Comment down below and wish my client happy birthday. I truly appreciate it. Let's get into this look. First things first, I always start with the brows. I'm using a clean spoolie to brush my brow hairs up. I will be adding the Duo adhesive glue to help my brow hairs to stay in place. I'm just working that product into brow hairs. Now I will be using the Absolute brow pencil in Smoke. I always start at the beginning of the brow and I work my way all the way down to the tail end, and I only add product where product is needed, and I will repeat the same step on the next brow. To clean up my brows, I'm using the Too Faced Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Cookie. I always start at the beginning of the brow and work my way all the way to the tail end, and I'm using the Wet n Wild concealer brush for the application. Now I'm just dragging that product down. I'm using warm sand to clean up the top part of the brow. Now I am just blending that product out with a Real Techniques brush. I will be using that concealer for a base for my eyeshadow application. Now I'm just blending out that line of demarcation, making sure that we don't have any lines of demarcation between our brows. These are the completed brows. Now we're going to set the eyelid with the Laura Mercier translucent powder ready for eyeshadow application. I will be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe eyeshadow palette. The first shade I am using is a transitional shade. It is a light brown, and I'm using the Morphe M441 blending brush to add the product to the eyelid and blend it out. The next shade I'm using is a medium brown color, and I'm using the Morphe M433 blending brush to add that shade to the crease area and blending it out with that transitional shade. Next, I'm going to take that same Morphe M441 blending brush to blend out the edges of the eyeshadow, and I do not have no extra product on the brush. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Fair, and I'm using the Real Techniques blending brush to apply that. I'm blending that out on the eyelid to get it ready for my eyeshadow application. I will be using a pink shimmery shade for the lid application with a Morphe M44 blending brush. Just packing that shade on the eyelid to bring a little bit more sparkle. I will be adding a little bit more of the pink and champagne glitter, but I will add the duo adhesive on the eyelid to allow the glitter to stay in place. So I'm just packing that glitter on top of that shimmery pink shade just to bring a little bit more sparkle to the eyes. I'm just loving how this is coming out. Off camera, I've already added my liquid eyeliner. I am using the Tatcha moisturizer to moisturize the skin, getting it ready for complexion. I will also use the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I will apply that in the T-zone. And I'm using a Real Techniques foundation brush to apply that. And on top of that primer, I'm going to give a little mist of the Milk Prep and Prime Hydro Grip Spray just to add a little bit more hydration. And I will be using a NARS Radiant Foundation in the shade Cadiz. I'm going to spray a little bit of that Morphe Continuous Setting Spray just to bring a little bit more moisture to the skin. I'm using the Instapot Blush Brush to blend that foundation out. For concealer, to highlight the under eyes, I am using the Cookie shade. Under the eyes, the nose bridge, the Cupid's bow, her forehead, her chin, and her smile lines. While that concealer is setting, I am going to warm up the skin with this Black Opal foundation stick. We're going to contour those areas in the shade Hazelnut, and I'm going to blend that product out with the Real Techniques face brush, and we're going to blend that out into that foundation shade. blend out that concealer, I'm using a Real Techniques brush, and I am just blending the chin and the smile lines out first, and I will work my way up. For the under eyes, I always start off blending out the edges, and then I work my way up to the eye. Out any line of demarcation with that same foundation brush. Now it's time to set the under eyes. I'm setting the face with a damp beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques beauty blender, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I am setting the areas where I have placed that concealer. Now we're going to bake just a little bit. Now we're going to set that contour with the Charlotte Tilbury Tan Bronzer, and I'm using a Japanese contour brush to apply that application, to apply that product. You always want to just pat it down and not swirl it, because you have to remember that the skin is still wet and we don't want the foundation to move. We want it to stay in place. I am contouring the nose bridge with that same tan Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and I'm using a Morphe 506 blending brush for that application. Now I am adding a little pink blush with the Jaclyn Hill blush palette with a e.l.f. highlighting brush to apply that product to the cheeks. Now I am cleaning up that contour with the Laura Mercier translucent powder with a different clean blending brush. Now I'm moving to the lips. I'm using a MAC Chestnut lip liner to line the lips up. We're doing pink today. So we're going to add the MAC, I think this is Yummy Yum lipstick. Yeah. And I'm just adding that in the center part of her lips. And now I am adding a nude liquid lipstick to bring an ombre look. And now I am dusting off that bake, and I'm adding the MAC C6 Studio Fix powder just to bring a little bit more highlight to the under eye. And I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush for that application. To set the face, I am using the Sephora Micro Smooth powder in tan. And to set the face, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Setting Spray. Off camera, I add the lashes, mascara, eyeliner, and highlighter. So yes, you guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I love how this beautiful, soft, glittery eyes came out, as well as complexion. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share.